importantly, the kingdom come is God's world, God's perspective, and His will, not ours. That's how we have to live. Now, it's not easy, but that's what He expects. We find in Exodus 19:3-6 that it says this: Then Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain and said, This is what you are to say to the house of Jacob, and what you are to tell the people of Israel. You yourselves have seen what I did to Egypt, and how I brought you to myself. Now if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession. Although the whole earth is mine, you will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words you are to speak to the Israelites. We are to be a holy nation, a kingdom of priests. Now that's not just people like me who stand up here and preach. We are to be a holy nation representing Christ each and every day. Going out and spreading the word. Making the kingdom come alive today. Then he goes on and says, Give us each day our daily bread. Now, does that just mean that He's going to give us the 3 meals that we need each day? Like from McDonald's or something? I know that my kids would be fine with that. Maybe pizza every once in a while or something. Does that mean Holy Communion every day? What does that mean? Jesus wants us to rely on Him, be in the habit of expecting our necessities of life coming from Him. Now you see, in the Greek, this was unusual to find. This particular writing is rare to be found in the Greek. Now, I don't know about you, I am kind of strange in the fact that I love Christian history. I found that fascinating. But you see, it's not just for me that I'm supposed to expect that, but we're also supposed to expect it for others. That God's going to provide for others, even the people we don't like. So if you don't like your neighbor, or someone that lives somewhere else, you're supposed to expect that God's even going to provide for them too. Imagine that. Not only that, but God gives us the wisdom, hunger for wisdom. Does that mean we're all going to have PhDs someday? That'd be awesome. But no, Christian wisdom. Wisdom to learn and grow in our faith, our relationship with Him, desire to want to be in communion with Him. Isn't that fascinating? It's exciting. In Deuteronomy 8, verses 17 to 18, it says, "You may say to yourself, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. But remember, the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your forefathers as it is today." Now, don't we all do that? I mean, really. We all do that. You know, we have a job, and we all think that we are the ones that have provided everything that we have or don't have. Because we can't get maybe something that we really want, maybe that new flat screen TV or that new iPhone or whatever, that I haven't provided it because I'm not making enough money. Or just the opposite, because I've gotten that brand new car, man, I'm making great money because my job is just awesome. I've provided that. We get caught in that worldly cycle that we've done all that. But we have to remember that God is the one who has provided us with all of what we have. We're nothing without God. Nothing. But sometimes we don't like to think about that. We forget that. God is the great provider. And Deuteronomy reminds us of that. Next, Jesus says, "Forgive us, for we also forgive others." Always? Do we always forgive others? Really? I don't know. Because, you know, I remember what He did to me, and I just can't get over that. Do we always forgive others? Do we always forgive ourselves for the things that we've maybe done or not done? Really? You see, there's a thing called sin that is a human condition of separation from God that arises from opposition to God's purposes. It may be breaking God's law, failing to do what God wills, or even rebellion. We may or may not be doing it on purpose, but oh darn, it happens. The great thing is that forgiveness also happens by God's grace. But you see, there's this little clause in there